thing and they're doing good stuff. I don't know, man.
Look, I I'm not trying. I appreciate the good stuff. I just think that we have to be careful why it's existing. I'm not even saying that they're evil. I'm saying that they could have been fooled by the devil. We
Well,
don't know what. I think the TV's the evil. I think it's evil anymore. It started out as a great idea to get, information to each other faster. It all just led into making jokes about each other and being able to talk. Now you want to censor each other so much because you don't like what each other's saying anymore. But it seems like one side really wants to censor one, another one's like, no, we should have all this freedom. Freedom to what? To be an asshole again? I mean, both you guys are wrong. You shouldn't censor, and you should shut your mouth and learn some self-discipline. And none of it's respectful. And if you guys keep acting like this, all you're doing is teaching our children to act like that. And how is that
mhm.
going to work out when it's president time for that generation?
Yeah.
Whoever yells the loudest gets elected? Is that our ultimate goal?
It used to be whoever was,
Whoever is the biggest
whoever
freak gets the
screams the
most
loudest
respect?
was the most craziest, and now whoever screams the loudest, the one that gets actually listened to. But it's the fact. It's like we've come into that ideology of clown world. We respect it, and the fact is, it all started when we banned the circus. When we
Well,
banned
that's
the
what I'm
circus, all
saying.
the clowns came to us, and then all
All the,
hell
all
kind of
the
broke loose at
people,
that point. You know, not. I'm
all the
saying this
people
more
who were bullied found
metaphorically,
a way out.
but also it kind of feels like a little. I don't know.
People who were bullied found a way out through this whole situation,
Hey, Carrot.
and they got protected by it. And it's turned into they're trying to grow their numbers and all this, and it's not necessary. You're the LGBTQ is not about who's been bullied and who's not been bullied. You're not there for every victim of everything. You're supposed to be there for people who are struggling with this kind of certain, and they're just pushing it onto people. Well, maybe that it's getting weird anymore. Why would you want, like, I don't mean to be this, why would you want children to be like that? Why would anybody really want to be attracted to the same sex? I'm not trying to be critical. If you are, I understand how some people can be, and it's a situation, but I wouldn't think you'd
Because
want
it's
that.
how
If it could
they.
happen,
It's because how they are now. They want that to continue. But the fact is,
look,
every.
I have anger issues sometimes, but I don't want that.
I
I don't
know.
go around saying,
I know, but it's
it's
also.
it.
There's a
You guys
lot of
should let me,
people.
where's my anger, violence, my AEV? Let's make that group. And it's like, what? We're just that's just who we are. You're gonna judge us for who we are. We're angry sometimes when people push us. We push them harder back. Is that
Yeah.
is that sorry?
The thing is, everybody has a different opinion on how to live life, but one thing I've realized is that balance is key. And a lot of people in a lot of different ways would be like, no, 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 this thing should be everywhere. So let's say we're talking about like pantheism or polymorphic or sex with multiple different people and things like that. I don't know if I'm using the right word, but if you probably know what I'm talking about,
Well,
like people that are bi or people that are
polyamorous.
polyamorous or whatever, like they want to have sex with all kinds of people and stuff like that. I think everything, and it's as simple as it is, but I'll go with some other Buddhists, I'll go with some older Christians, I'll go with some other people that talk about this, but I think the fact is we live in a world where a lot of people are oversexed and talk
Hmm.
and have too much sex too much of the time that they're bored with the old sex. They're bored with the basic way of doing it. Now they have to explore a new way. And
Well,
how
I
do you
don't even
do
think
that? Well, you got to open up your avenues, right? It's
good choice of words.
it's just the way that is. You got to open up your avenues. Like, well, this going in here all the time isn't working. I got to do it in a little more difficult way, and it's I don't know. It's got to be like at some point there will be people having sex with lampposts saying that is a good thing and we should respect them for it. And fuck no, I'm
Well,
not
that's
going to
what I mean.
respect people for that. I'm not going to
I'm
respect people
sure I'm
that
sure
are
a
like,
scientist and a mechanic could come up with the ultimate good feel machine, with both directions, I'm sure that they could
And
create
that's
it.
kind of our
It,
future. They want us
it
to start having sex with
is that what you
robots
want?
and stuff. And it's
Is
like
that what you want? It's
you, you can only feel pleasure for a certain amount of time. If you go overboard, it's just going to end up feeling like a routine, and it's not going to feel the same. It's the same thing with
Look,
food. You
I
can
get
only
it.
eat for so long. You can only drink for so long. You can only run and walk for so long. When you try to push it too far, it's going to burn you out. It's not going to feel good. But
The
everybody
thing is,
thinks that sex
I
can just go
I get it.
any way you want,
You
and it's too
you look
much.
back in the look, I get it. You look back in the past, you find out like they even one time said that your the way that your circumcision is that it's designed to actually like pull
Stimulate.
out. Well, no, it's designed to like pull out like previous people's junk
Really?
and
I
yeah,
heard it
it's
was
it's
supposed to
like all
be
it's all
stimulating to the G spot
they
because
said
it's like
it's
bigger
able
and all that.
it's able to help like prevent getting the original stuff out and stuff like to better your chances
Maybe that was the
for
reason
yourself.
because they wanted the father's line to continue and anybody else's stuff in there can't be there. So you can
Well, and I'm saying
shovel it
like
out.
I understand the competitive
This
nature
is
of
not a kid
sex,
show for anybody that's tuning in at
and
any point in time. I'm sorry.
I
Disclaimer there.
understand. I understand, that you have the freedom of the world, and you can literally think and do whatever you want and all that. But like I said, when you look back on history, structure got us, pianos and beautiful music and beautiful works of art and beautiful paintings. And all that was done when they were trying to say like perversion and not waking up in the morning on time and getting yourself distracted with idle. You have to do the right thing. They shunned people. They were killing witches because they were, people were staying in their house and like, cooking up weird shit and all that. It's like kill them. They were like, you live by a proper code here. You don't. If the man didn't have a job, he was probably there forcing to shovel shit. They would just
He
make
was
him do
a
something. And
gong farmer.
he's the shit shoveler. Like
That's a gong
if he's
farmer.
not gonna do any, if he's not gonna do anything, he's gonna do something, or we'll all just spit at him all day. They didn't take kindly to this, and all that was this structure. But you can say, oh, well, look what it caused. It caused all of you guys to be born and worthless turds. I don't mean to be mean, but like that's the whole point. Yeah, they had plagues too, and they overcame it. People die. I think everybody knows they all die eventually. But what you leave behind is your legacy. And if you think giving these children, like, you can do whatever you want, is like the thing you should leave behind, you're sadly
Yeah.
mistaken. It's more like you can't do whatever you want. You're going to do the right thing. What's
I
the right thing? Well, let's look at history and let's look at, math, and start looking at
mhm.
structure. And, first thing we need to do is maintenance on things, not let more catastrophes happen.
Yeah,
Get down to the school and education roots and start teaching them structure of, finances and real money
I think we're
and
headed to that,
morality
but it
classes.
it might we might have to go through another war. I don't know if it's a civil war or a basic war or something like that. It kind of feels like even when I told you like
Yeah, but
history
what?
repeats
You want to
itself
just
after a certain amount of time. Not that I want it,
I'm
but if you look back
I'm not
100 years
murdering
ago,
people.
if you look back 100 years ago to what's happening today, it's the same thing, except for what happened in Germany. It was the brown shirts versus the red shirts or the whatever. It was the communists versus the Nazis. Now what we got? Antifa versus the Proud Boys. Same things playing out today.
It's
Do I want that? No,
factions
but
though.
people are going insane. And then when people are like those are the extremists, those people that are constantly telling everybody else that who the
Yeah, but
extremists are, those are the extremists pointing to somebody else when it's
but
really them
I
that
didn't
are
get
the
any
extremists.
fentanyl in my Halloween candy. A lot of it's just propaganda put all over the TV to make you have such rational thought. That's what I'm saying. The whole TV anymore is just
There's
propagated.
yeah,
It's
there's so much
you
scare
can't you
tactics in there.
you scroll through these little short clips and you basically, I said, you see those feel good videos that we were talking about, and then you see, men versus women type videos. You see show, you see a strong woman type style, a strong man type style. You see the liberal viewpoints, you see the conservative viewpoints. There's only so many things you'll see even on all this. And then maybe you get to see some old reruns of Modern Family or whatever it is at your house, or for that 1 week Schindler's List. It was went from like Forrest Gump to Schindler's List on everybody. Everybody in the comments are like, "What the hell is YouTube's algorithm doing to all of us anymore?" It's like, it's getting weird.
I don't know. It's weird. Some of the stuff that pops up on my YouTube feed is insane. I'm like, where do you even get the
I
notion? I'm
I have the
even
I
remotely
have
interested in this stuff. It's like you are just reaching for
I
the
have the
stars
top
here.
comment on this one guy's thing about how to clean a cast iron pan. And my comment was like, "How did YouTube know my cast iron pan was sticky?" And like, I have the most likes out of anybody on the whole feed on that one. It's just so funny to me.
Wow.
But it's